What's the most disrespectful thing a doctor did to you or your newborn after you gave birth? My son Noah was born with a mild heart murmur, but our hospital's pediatric cardiologist, Dr. Thompson, dismissed it as nothing to worry about. I knew something wasn't right. Mother's intuitions screamed at me every time I held Noah and felt his rapid heartbeat. During our first week home, Noah would turn slightly blue around his lips while feeding. The pediatrician said I was being an anxious first-time mom and that some babies just take longer to adjust. But Noah wasn't gaining weight properly. He'd get tired after just a few minutes of nursing. At our 2-week checkup, Dr. Thompson barely glanced at Noah before declaring him perfectly healthy. When I pressed about the blue lips, he rolled his eyes and said, "Google has clearly made you paranoid." He wrote in Noah's chart that I had postpartum anxiety and recommended I see a therapist. I switched pediatricians, but the new one just read Dr. Thompson's notes and treated me the same way. Meanwhile, Noah was getting worse. He started sweating while feeding, and his breathing became more labored. One night, I noticed his fingernails had a bluish tint. The ER doctor wanted to send us home with acid reflux medication, but I refused to leave. I planted myself in that waiting room and demanded a different cardiologist evaluate Noah. After 8 hours, a new doctor finally agreed to do an echocardiogram. Her face changed as soon as she saw Noah's heart on the screen. He had a severe congenital heart defect that required immediate surgery. Without treatment, his heart would eventually fail. The condition had been completely visible on his initial scans. Dr. Thompson had just failed to review them properly. When they rushed Noah to the pediatric cardiac ICU, his oxygen levels were dangerously low. The surgeon said we'd caught it just in time. A few more weeks of delay could have caused permanent damage. I stayed by Noah's bedside for 2 weeks straight while he recovered from open heart surgery. Dr. Thompson had the nerve to stop by Noah's room, probably worried about a lawsuit. He started explaining how these things can be very difficult to catch. I cut him off and told him to leave. The new cardiologist had already shown me Noah's first scans. The defect was clearly visible to anyone who bothered to look. Word spread through the hospital about Dr. Thompson's mistake. Other parents started coming forward with similar stories. One baby had died because he dismissed their concerns about breathing problems. The hospital suspended him pending investigation. During Noah's recovery, I filed formal complaints with the state medical board. I submitted every dismissive note Dr. Thompson wrote, along with the evidence that he never actually reviewed Noah's initial scans. Other families did the same. The medical board revoked his license after discovering a pattern of negligence. He'd been rushing through appointments, signing off on scans he never looked at, and gaslighting parents who raised concerns. The hospital fired him and offered to cover Noah's entire surgery cost. Noah is 5 now, and you'd never know what he went through as a baby. The scar on his chest has faded to a thin white line, but I'll never forget those horrible weeks of watching my baby struggle while doctors accused me of being paranoid. Last month, I ran into Dr. Thompson working as a pharmaceutical sales rep. He didn't recognize me, but I recognized him instantly. The same dismissive expression, the same arrogant tone as he spoke to the receptionist. I walked right up to him and introduced myself. His face went white when I mentioned Noah's name. I didn't say anything else, just handed him a photo of Noah playing soccer. Let him see the healthy little boy who almost died because of his negligence. Then I walked away, leaving him staring at the picture of the child he nearly killed with his arrogance.